And let's go talking. I just want people to know that you played in the league. You're a quarterback. You won a Super Bowl, and that's why when it comes to quarterbacks and your evaluations, not that you're always right, but I respect your opinion on quarterbacks. I do, because I think you're fair. You look at people and you try to give an honest take on it. There's some people I shake a stick at because I'm just not buying. You know what I mean? What they're selling. I'm dead serious, and you know me. I'm not. Sean, I'm not BSing you. But Caleb Williams, I mean, there was a lot of stuff. I get it. Caleb was making a lot of money as a quarterback in college. He won a Heisman. There's some stuff that goes with him. Hollywood, if you want to call it, or whatever it is. And I teach at USC, but I watched the guy play. I think he's a really good player. I'm one surprised he was the first overall pick. Some people said he wasn't even on their draft board. I can't respect that. You're playing at a major program. How in the world, you might not be your first pick, but to say, Sean, he ain't on your draft board? Right. Come on, man. Am I right?
Extreme.
That's insane. Like, you just want attention. But, the stories out of the Bears is that he's shown that he belongs, and he's played pretty well. Had a big touchdown throw this past weekend, a 43-yarder. And people just have liked what they've seen from him so far. And I just want to hear from you, evaluation. Sean, where were you prior, before the draft? What'd you think of him? And then what have you seen so far? And we know preseason ain't going to dictate anything. You know what I mean? No. Mm-hmm. But you can look at some things. What did you think before, and what do you think now?
I always evaluate this position as if I'm the owner or GM of a franchise.
Okay.
And I had Jayden Daniels ranked number 1, Michael Penix ranked 2, and Caleb Williams ranked 3.
Okay, so he was on your board.
Oh, yes, absolutely. He's on the board. Anybody that says he isn't
Crazy.
is just lying. Right. Here's the thing with Caleb. Let me give you an analogy, and let me see if you can make it make sense. He's kind of like Anthony Edwards as a rookie. Remember, Edwards had that one dunk where he just posterized somebody.
He should have been Rookie of the Year. I don't care what anybody says.
But he still needed to work on his handle. He still needed to become a more consistent three-point shooter.
He's a player now.
Right. I think Caleb Williams is kind of like that same kind of piece of clay. And here's why. Nobody talks about this, but there's a glaring deficiency that Caleb has that he has to fix. I don't think he sees the field well. When you watch Caleb Williams play, Rob, you never see him, or very rarely do you see him in the pocket, in rhythm, deliver the football on time. Almost all of his highlight plays, almost all of his normal plays are broken plays. And I think it's because he doesn't see the field well from the pocket. He's much more comfortable.
Could it be that because he can move around as well? And you know this too, Sean. Once a quarterback moves and defenders, you have a better shot at big plays, you know what I mean, rather than just standing there. Once they think maybe you're running our way or you're moving, they might have to give up on the defense and come forward, and it could open something up. Is that fair or not?
It's absolutely. It's an elite ability to have. Jayden Daniels is a better athlete and better at extending plays than Caleb Williams. But he's also way more consistent from throwing the ball in rhythm on time from the pocket, which is what it takes to win games. That's why I think the Bears season is going to be interesting, because I think Caleb could be on Fox Sports top 10 plays every week, and the Bears could still be a below 500 team. I truly believe both things could be true. Mm-hmm. And that's where Caleb has to get better. I think Penix and Daniels are light years ahead of him in that particular area. That's why I had them rated higher. But he does have an extremely high ceiling.
Yeah, I like what I see so far. And again, being out here in L.A. and being a chance to watch him, it's different. Where maybe everybody doesn't always watch, or you just see, like you say, the highlights. I just thought it was really unfair, and a lot of it was because of the off-the-field stuff. And they just
don't.
He
did it to himself.
And it was like.
When the average fan starts hearing you want a percentage of the team.
Right, and all that.
You want to have a contract that doesn't allow you to be franchised. Even if those things should be a part of the collective bargaining agreement, they're not. Like, that'll turn people off.
Yeah, I think sometimes it can be unfair because we never heard it from his mouth. You know what I'm saying? And I know the stuff gets out. It was kind of like, what was the What was the thing with the Cardinals when they had
Kyler Murray?
Yeah, when they had this thing that he had to watch film. You remember that?
Like he had in his contract.
Like that was, and then to leak that out. You know what I mean? Right. That was to embarrass him.
I have not seen Hard Knocks yet. Have you seen it? Because he looks like the team likes him. It looks like they get along, which was a concern that I had because SC sideline didn't always look like that. But I haven't seen Hard Knocks yet. Yeah. I got to watch a couple episodes.
Yeah. And you know, it just to me, it's going to be interesting. And I don't think. I think, you know, we've seen a lot of quarterbacks come in the league and not make it. I mean, it ain't just because you're the first overall pick or a top pick. It's not that easy.
Then we've seen a lot of first picks. Well, not a lot, but we've seen some first picks fail and be better the second or third time around, a.k.a. a Baker Mayfield type.
Yeah, and you know what? Baker, a lot of people wrote him off, and I didn't think so. I thought that was extreme, and a lot of it had to do with his off the field and just his persona. And that's why I think with Caleb, it's more about his persona rather than and I'm not saying he's flawless and he's perfect on everything and
he doesn't see TV, good and bad.
Yeah, but he's definitely an exciting quarterback who you want to see. And they put some pieces parts right around him. Don't you like some of the moves that the Bears made? A lot of Justin Fields fans are mad and say he didn't have the wide receivers and the help that they just got Caleb.
Yeah, they brought in DJ Moore Fields last year, but then they added Keenan Allen. They drafted Rome Odunze. They brought in DeAndre Swift. Yeah, it's much better talent and supporting cast than not just Justin, but Mitchell Trubisky or any of the other quarterbacks that the Bears had, were surrounded with.
But they had no choice in taking him. And I'm going to say this, Shaun, when you haven't had a franchise quarterback since Sid Luckman in the 40s or 50s, as the Bears.
Right.
If you don't take him and that dude winds up being, you know what I mean? Like, you would, because sometimes we have a saying in the press box. When there's a story in front of you, Shaun, just write it. Don't be too cute. Do you know what I mean? If there's a story that's obvious, just write it. And there's a pick there. You haven't had a franchise quarterback since Moby Dick was a guppy. Don't try to be cute.
Hey, shout out to Ryan Poles. I wouldn't have done it. If Shaun King was the GM of the Bears, Jaden Daniels would be in Chicago as a number one pick. And I would tell my fan base, he won a Heisman, Caleb won a Heisman. You got to trust me on my evaluations for who I think is better.
Well,
it's not like Jadam had less credentials than Caleb.
Yeah, but it's not, and in that case, they're very comparable. So
absolutely.
It's not like that would be outrageous or something. You know what I mean? So I think you would be fair there. Like you said, it's not like one won a Heisman and the other one didn't. They both had the same kind of credentials. So
I truly think Jaden Daniels is a more athletic version of C.J. Stroud, and I think the world of Stroud. I think at the end of this season, Rob, there'll be a legitimate argument that Stroud's the second best quarterback in the world.
Yeah,
behind only Patrick Mahomes.
I got to wait and see that. I'm just a second year, and I'm not saying he had a fantastic first year. There's changes coming.
But they got better around him. Tank Dell will be healthy. They brought in Stephon Diggs, added Joe Mixon.
I got it. But
Nico Collins is back.
Last year, nobody expected anything, and they're not surprising anybody. I'm not saying that means automatically they're going to take a step back, but last year was a total surprise with a rookie first-time coach and a rookie quarterback. That just doesn't happen.
Added Danielle Hunter to that defense. Do me a favor, because you said that you respect my opinions. Just make a small play on Houston to win the Super Bowl. Thank me later. Yeah, just make a small play.
Okay, I'll remember that one.
We can hedge later.
So where can Caleb be Rookie of the Year or no?
He can be. This is a wide open Rookie of the Year because it's not really about the particular talent. It's going to be about success, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, because you got Marvin, down in Arizona. You got Odunze in Chicago. You got Malik Neighbors in New York. You got all the quarterbacks. It's going to be interesting race.
Yep.